You're on Radio Pulpit, your daily companion. You know where to find us. We're on social media at 657 AM, on Twitter at Radio Pulpit, on Facebook, and we have a website as well as www.radiopulpit.co.za. We're joined on the line by author of SMME Kit to Access Funding, and he is also a funding specialist. He joins us on the line. Sammy, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me once again.
Lovely.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
Today I decided let's focus on access to government grants and funding from government. The reason why is that you must remember Tito Mboweni, there's a budget that he has taken out about 485 million to small businesses and incubation. So I just wanted to discuss more in detail about it and why does the government assist small business to access funding.
Lovely. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into it then.
Okay, so a lot of what South Africa does is that they want to support small businesses because 40% of small business contribute to the GDP. So this helps over 1.5 million people to be employed. So what government does then creates different initiatives by provincial and national government to assist small business to access funding, whether you are a startup or an existing. So these funds have criteria. So they look into big scale businesses where they're generating over 20 million, and then they come on board to say, okay, you are generating 20 million annually. How can we assist you to generate 70 million annually? And then they look into, you are a startup, you don't have any experience. How can we assist you on startup? So mainly what government does then distributes the funds in allocated environments like your CEDA, NYDA, National Empowerment, and ENEF to give those institutions to actually assist small businesses. So how does one access those grants? So basically, you need to find out where you are as a business. Are you a startup? So if you're a startup, what type of funding are you looking for? Are you looking for non-financial funding? What is non-financial funding? Non-financial funding is when you don't have a business plan, you don't have a profile, you're just someone that has an idea. So there is fund from CEDA, which is non-financial, where they assist you to set up your own business. Once you are done setting up your business, then you can go to financial institutions like for government institutions, where you can go to those spaces and get funding. And how can you get funding? You need to look which sector you are in. So if you are in tourism, you research in the Department of Tourism, are there any grants in the Department of Tourism which I can go? So you go to their website, you look at financial, because there's another grant that is also out on tourism. So these different departments have these grants. They just need one to look into it. So a lot of would say, when I receive this fund, do I have to pay it back? Okay. So not all the grants are obligated to be paid off. It depends on the agreement of the grant, whether you have to pay for it. But some of the grants, they are requested for you to pay it back, especially if your project doesn't show any sustainability. But before you even get the grant, they ensure that whether what you have as a business is sustainable. So some of the criteria they look into is it a black-owned company?
Mm-hmm.
Are you registered? Are you BEE compliant? If you have more than if your company has other races in it, is 50% black-owned or 50% managed. And Others, they look into your IRT 14 SARS documents and the turnover. So now we're looking at people whose businesses are on a much scaler part. So they look into relevant documents like that. And they also looking for a business plan. You need to have a business plan. You need to have projections within your business plan. You need to have a detailed proposal indicating how you're going to use the fund, where is the money, and how is it going to benefit, and how many people you are going to employ within that. So those are the critical things they look into. Number 3, they look into the operations of the company to see what you're presenting, how many people is it going to employ within our community, and how many people is going to assist. So once you have done, so when you want to apply for any government grant, you need to do research within the funder.
Yeah.
You need to know which space you're playing. If you are playing in the manufacture sector, then you need to look in government institutions that deal with manufacture sector. If probably you don't know some of the things, you can Google it, or you can have my services to actually look into your business to say that, okay, you are in art and culture. This is what you want to do in the art. Why don't we go to social development? Why don't we go to Department of Art and Culture? So we actually look into what your business has, because you need to understand your business and understand your product and what you're doing. So once you have that understanding, it becomes much easier who you're targeting, because a lot of SMEs has this problem. They go to all these departments, and the department sends them a letter to say that, but we don't fund this. We are not in that space. And then the entrepreneur's spirit goes down to say, no, government doesn't want to support. But the issue is that you didn't do your research. You don't know which relevant department you should go to. So that's a key critical issue that one has to look into. Government does support always. They support all types of businesses as long as you go to a relevant department. That's what I'm saying is, if you don't know your space and you don't understand, who's my relevant, I'm into farming, who do I go to because I'm into farming, I don't understand, then it's either you seek a funding specialist who's going to sit down with you and say, okay, if you are looking for farming, the best people you need to go is Land Bank. These the grants that are out. Let's communicate with Land Bank and see. So the key thing I would leave your listeners today is that if you want to apply for government funding, you need to understand your business. You need to know the ins and outs. You need to work within your documents what is needed, because if you don't have a business plan, if you don't have a proposal, if you don't have relevant documents for your business and understanding your business, how do you expect someone who has to give you money and say run your business to trust you? So those are questions one has to understand, that if I don't understand, how do I expect
the next person to understand? No, Sammy Mok, what I'm getting from you is that the non-funding assistance you spoke about earlier on is quite crucial in helping one to actually, getting funding.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what we do as funding specialists. We look into your business. We go into depth into your business. Is it an IT company? What are you doing? Let's go to the right department that deals with that, because they will understand your language more than Land Bank, because Land Bank is not on the IT side. They're into farming. So when you talk about IT, how does it involve them?
Yeah.
To understand. So that's why I'm saying, contacting the relevant department, because these monies come out each and every year and nobody is applying for this money, and then they end up going back to treasury. And that's why even corruption comes into the spaces, because the money nobody's utilizing.
It's rotating, it keeps coming back.
Yes, it's going back. So to a point where people within those spaces start doing corruption because people don't go to the relevant department. I would suggest to your listeners is that if you urge and you're serious about accessing funding, you need to know your products, know the relevant departments, go to their websites. If you feel that you can't do it on your capacity, then ask for assistance with people who are within those spaces, that understand those spaces, that can assist you to actually assist your company to grow.
Lovely. Sure. Sammy Mok, this has been very insightful. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and I really hope our entrepreneurs are listening and are taking notes, and are ensuring that they get the relevant funding. Like you said, you need to be very, very informed, know the space that you want to get into, know what opportunities are there. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Ooh,
How do we...
All right. Yeah. Now, if people want to connect with you, how can they do that?
Yeah, no, if they want to connect me, social media, my name is Sammy Mok, SAMMYMOK, and then they can call our office on 011-036-1290, or if they want to contact our WhatsApp group or talk to us via WhatsApp, they can call 078-483-1889. 078-483-1889, and then you can just have a consulting session and just look into their businesses and see where they are stuck and unstuck them and actually start the application process.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me again.